Hey, Coach. So glad you found the video. Couple things. First of all, make sure you subscribe and like. Second thing, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me show you how to put a roadmap and become a nationally ranked coach. I've done it for 30 plus years. Let me help you do that over at teachhoops.com. Let's head off to the video. All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Maybe I got to come up with a new intro. I always say welcome.
Yeah, you do the three.
I do. Maybe I don't know. It'd be like
Okay.
Smartless. It's like, bye. We have to come up with my new intro.
See you in the court.
See ya. Yes. Foul. Yeah. Anyway, that give me a technical. So,
I like your intro. It's the same, right? People know it's like
it's just Coach. Hey, welcome. So today we're going to talk about cross training, doing those multiple things. But before we do that, we have to talk about.
Well, let's talk about the free coaches clinic we're giving away.
Yes, free. Nothing in life is free. Kind of, it's free. It is free, but
it's free. Yeah. You're gonna get. We're gonna come to your place.
You got to sign up, so it's really not free. It's really not free. You got to sign up. There you go.
It's a free sign up. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com/clinic, and we're giving away a 3-hour clinic in person. Steve and I are going to fly to your location. One lucky winner is going to win that. Plus, we have other prizes, an IC3 from Dr. Dish. One lucky coach is going to get a season's worth of practice plans, and everybody who enters is a winner. So we're giving away one of our preseason prep clinics just for signing up as a thank you. So go to coachingyouthhoops.com/clinic.
And there'll probably be some other bonuses.
I'm hoping, yeah.
Maybe some secret
stuff coming.
Easter, what do they call them? Easter eggs. There'll be some
Easter eggs. Yeah.
Find them. I'll be like Taylor Swift, We'll just drop hints. Ching, ching, ching. Drop hints.
You kind of, you're well, once you retire, then we can go on tour like Taylor Swift.
We can. If you ask me right now, I'm ready, but it'll be different come summer, I think.
Don't you have a lot of vacation days that we could?
I don't have enough. I could take a half a year, I think, but no, I don't know if I have enough for a full year. No. But anyway, some people would
cross-training.
Some people would already say I'm retired. It just depends on who you ask. So
I suppose, yeah.
That's my senior students. All right, so cross training. So this is your topic. What's your thought on what this means? First of all, I have my own perception on what it means.
Yeah. Well, this was a question that was asked in our Facebook group, and a coach, Coach Tan, asked what's the best sport to complement a fourth and fifth grade basketball development? What's the best sport to complement? Yeah. So generally speaking,
I think first we should talk about whether you what should you play multiple sports. I think that should be a quick discussion first. Before we jump into
question.
That. Yeah, and I think you should for multitude of reasons.
Yeah,
they're children,
physical, mental.
It's fun. Right? It's different, fun. And I'm going to tell you something that I have done things on is injury prevention is the big one.
The biggest one.
That is the one that all the research has been on recently. Is injury prevention. It's like I don't know, like tennis elbow. It's like I can feel it when I sit. I can feel it when I sit at my computer too much. The back of my neck.
Yeah, the back of the neck. Yeah.
I gotta all that stuff. It's because I'm looking down and I'm doing stuff, and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if they're 12 or 10. If they're only playing baseball, they're only playing basketball. There's going to be things. There's injuries, and it's scientific. I mean, it's proven. It's not. This isn't like there's a different.
we were talking politics before. We won't get into that, but there is a
Yeah.
big difference between facts and opinions.
Yeah.
And these are facts because they
Right.
are proven
You can't deny
scientific.
them. That's right.
Anyway.
Well, let's talk about the coach's frustration, though, especially if you're doing an AAU team. You're competing for time. So, and quite frankly, the energy and effort. So, but maybe by the time that child gets to your practice, they've already been swimming for 3 hours, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
they
know.
don't come to
I
your
know.
practice because they have swimming, right? At the same time your practice is. So maybe they're alternating, maybe they're choosing swimming over basketball. And then even when it comes game time, you're doing your tournaments during the summer, um, then you look and you got four
E-
players that show
yeah.
up because
Even
they're
at
all
the
doing other
highest
things.
high school level, even at the
Yeah,
highest high school level, or my level, which is pretty high,
yeah.
is I've got issues this summer. I've got kids playing
Mm,
baseball. But go. Well, but the problem is like, okay, so they play baseball for 4 weekends and then they show up at my gym on Monday. It's not going to be the same kid as one that's rested and has been home and
yeah,
or they spent a week at the lake with their family and then they're going to be gassed. It's like,
yeah.
so you have to realize, I know it sounds stupid, but kids got to be kids too. um
That's right.
you know there's only a few Caitlin Clarks in the world. There's really only one of her, but there's like, I'm sure she only play. I mean, I bet she played other sports in high school. I'll have to dig into that.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her background,
I don't
her other
either.
things that she
I'm gonna
did.
have to
I'm
check
sure
on
some
that.
of our viewers and
So before we
listeners
get
know.
to the answer of that question, before we answer which sport, because I think I know which sport I think correlates the best as far as cross
Hmm.
training goes.
Mhm.
Um, we want to give a big shout out to Game Changer, right,
Yeah,
Coach?
absolutely. Thank you, Game Changer, for sponsoring this podcast. And coaches, sponsors like that keep this podcast free and a lot of our content for free as well. Uh, something I realized something I realized that Game Changer does helps you schedule games and practices as well. We talk a lot about the video aspect of what Game Changer does, but you can also go in there and schedule games and practices. So coaches, go check out Game Changer. Go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Check it out, download it. It's free. Believe me, it
It's been
truly is a
around a
game
long
changer.
time too. It's not going to be
On the
clicky
baseball
like
side, speaking of cross training, right? The
they've been
basketball
around
stuff
forever.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, relatively
Um,
new, but they're
Relatively
using
new,
the
but
same. Mhm.
it's like going to, like, I don't worry about going to Target. They've been around a long time. I'm gonna know it,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I used, my son's 22 years old and I used it when he was in Little League.
Yeah, exactly. Great app.
That wasn't yesterday. It's a great app. And I'm telling you, with apps, the key is consistency and that it doesn't, like, you know,
Die.
yeah. It's like I
Glitch.
hate that. Or there's a
I know.
glitch or anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So you want me to go first?
Sure. Yeah.
I think the best sport, if you want the best cross training sport,
Mhm.
um, actually, I think I'm gonna go 1 and 1A. I think one is volleyball, personally.
Wow,
Um,
I did not expect that.
I do.
Why?
Um,
Ah.
I just think I think it's the jumping, the movement, the lateral, the speed, the anticipation. Um,
Hmm.
that they are very, very similar. Now,
Okay.
all the girls coaches are going, oh, they hate, you hate volleyball. But I think that's one. I think 1A for me would be soccer,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
That was the number one answer
soccer.
in the Facebook group too, was soccer.
And why do you think soccer? I know why I think.
Well, I think just the running aspect, the stamina, agility, there's some toughness, there's contact in that sport as well, right? You're
Right.
zigzagging, cutting really quickly. For those reasons, I think that's
I
a
think
very
there's a couple
powerful.
other reasons. Wesley, who still plays, was he playing for Atlanta now? Was an all-state soccer player. I think it's spacing. I think it's seeing
Mhm.
the field and seeing the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
There's
some of
something
my
about
better
soccer players.
youth. Yeah, I was gonna say some of my better youth basketball players. were high level soccer players at the youth level even, right?
Right.
But problem with soccer, at least in California, I don't know when you guys do it now that I say this out loud. Girls basketball and girls soccer are the exact same season
Oh,
in
girls
high school.
soccer
in
is
high
in the
school.
spring in Wisconsin.
Which would, I think that's most places, and that's what it should be. So we lose, girls high school basketball loses a lot of athletes to soccer.
Really?
Yeah,
When's lacrosse?
in the spring.
Spring.
So then it would compete with
What's fall? Tennis?
falls tennis. Yeah, yeah. So little soccer's the biggest one, though. I think that hurts.
But volleyball's
Basketball.
fall too, then, huh? Volleyball's fall.
Volleyball's fall. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's like you're going to be stealing from something. You know what I mean? But
I think
the thought I had though, Coach, was I was going to say, okay, if we were going to build an athlete from the ground up, and this crazy thought is, okay, if for footwork, what's the best sport? For jumping, what's the best sport? Right? And if we could
they're
say,
different,
okay,
they're a little different, yes.
right? So meaning to work on footwork, I would say go dance. To work on jumping and leg strength, volleyball. Right? Right?
It's that quick, read. That's an offensive rebounder kind of thing, is like, that's what volleyball does.
But you see what I'm saying? Like if you just built this athlete and they did several sports, for the body part that you need in basketball, what would those sports be? Hand-eye coordination. What's a good hand-eye coordination? Tennis? You know what I mean? Like you start squash.
Anticipating, I know.
Anticipating, right? Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, track and field is another one, right?
I would put track and field down lower. It'd be like kind of like wrestling. I mean, it's fine for speed, but how often do you run in a basketball? Like you just don't. You sprint for sure. It's a shorter spurt, so it'd almost be better like hockey.
Well, about 100-yard dash. Yeah, hockey was another one.
Yeah, but 100-yard dash, that's not longer than a basketball court. Like, I'm just saying. And you never run the full length of the court. You run from top of the key most of the time. So it's 40 feet. It's like there's no 10-yard
cross country came up on the list as well.
Cross country, I could see for stamina part. I always worry about shin splints a little bit because there's as long as they're not running on grass and that's what's better about cross country sometimes for the distance runners. But
I can always pick out though I if I don't know, if a new player comes in for a tryout or what have you, and I always say, you dance, don't you? I can tell right away. Their footwork is absolutely amazing. Right? I don't care what anything else is, but like their footwork and they're be able to get in the stance and have happy feet is it's like, oh, you dance. And they look at me like, how did you know that? And I'm like, I can see it's your footwork. Amazing. So,
maybe I got to teach my guys dance this summer.
Dances, the Icky Shuffle, remember that? Remember the?
Oh God, that ages us. All right, anything else, Coach?
Coach, that is it for now. That was So anyway, I think the bottom line, sum it all up in a pretty bow, is yes, definitely cross train. Again, get the kids doing other sports. We just have to live with that if we want them to be better basketball players, especially during the off season. I think it's going to benefit that kid. And you just have to go into expecting not some are going to miss because they're doing other things.
Yes. All right. Till next week.
Hey, Coach. So glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.